normal companion now, right?
Yes, you do. And welcome to the Knights of the Smith dinner table recording of Age of Ashes. We are right at the beginning of Book 2. Now I can't remember the name of this adventure, but that's okay. But we're at the beginning of Book 2 of the Age of Ashes campaign. And when last we left our valiant heroes, they had managed to make their way through a portal, fought off an image of a god, very bad, evil dragon god by the name of Dahak. And as they stepped out the far side of the portal into the jungles of Mwangi, they suddenly found themselves surrounded by a group of around 20 or so dark-skinned elves, brown-skinned elves, all holding bows pointed in their general direction. So without further ado, we will drive right in. Drive. I said drive. Why did I say drive? I should have said dive. We'll dive right in. So you guys have come out of the portal. There are a group of about 20 elves, all of them brown skin. Let's see if I got a good image. Yep, I sure do. I'm going to slide this over to your guys' view. So that would be a brown-skinned elf. In particular, this is a very specific one that's there. And as they all have their weapons drawn on you, what are you guys going to do?
I believe I ran through first, correct?
You did.
All right. I'm going to freeze, like, all hands up style. Like, oh, don't shoot.
What about the rest of you?
Yeah, we're gonna hold the hands up. Just the bard.
Don't want any trouble.
He's like, are you showing us your character sheet there, Danny?
No. It just is in my hand because now I can't put it in my lap because there's a cat there.
What do I know about these elven things?
That would be a society check, and it's going to be a pretty difficult one for you.
What race am I?
You are human.
Human.
16.
Say that again?
16?
16? You are not sure. All you know is that these are very dark-skinned elves. Very dark brown.
Did you say they looked threatening?
I would say yes, because 20 of them have their have their bows out with arrows knocked and drawn.
Are they close together?
No, they have actually spread out. They've got you completely encircled. There's at least 15 feet between each one of them.
Damn.
So these
Impressive.
elves were just hanging out around this portal all the time, waiting for someone to come through, even though it was a broken portal, and we fixed it and had to find the key. That seems a little suspicious.
Kind of like the guards we left behind at our end of the portal, huh?
But our portal's working now. We didn't have people there all the time when it wasn't.
We didn't.
Maybe they didn't know it was broken.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it was broken.
Do they have anything I would recognize, like, on them?
Make a society check. Make a society check.
Right. 1 second.
Is that one you can do untrained?
In this particular instance, yes.
Can I do it
boy.
then?
Everybody wish me luck, because that's Ooh, that's a solid 3.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
That was bad.
Fist, I got a 4.
Alright, feels bad.
Since no one seems to be taking the initiative on this one,
I mean, you are the bard.
You are the face.
what?
You're the face, the bard.
Pretty much.
I got a 23.
We're gonna do a diplomacy, and we mean you no harm. We just got lost through a portal.
So if this doesn't work, I'm charging the nearest one.
That would be a 27.
Well,
He's
So
just sitting there with his hand on Ben, being like, easy. Keeping the bear from doing anything.
Keep the bear from doing bear things.
So as Arag steps forward, takes a moment to raise his hands and make himself appear less threatening, and then he says what he said. One of the elves, a man set apart from the others by his gold jewelry and bracers, steps forward into the ruined temple, holding his palms open at his sides to show that he is unarmed. The rest of the elves relax the draw on their bowstrings and put their weapons at rest, though their arrows remain nocked and ready to fire quickly. The elf in gold jewelry stops a respectful distance away and gives a very slight bow. And he says, "I am JC of the Leopard Clan." He's speaking in very accented Taldane. "My mother is of the River Clan."
Aha. We're not from... Where are we?
I mean, I'm from here, but I don't know anything about you people.
And that is what he does actually look like.
Okay.
Oh, I like his
Do I
talk.
know anything with my 23, James?
No, DC was 25 for non-natives.
Damn it, I was close. Just checking.
Where's Spider Lady at?
She is with you, but she is kind of hanging to the back at the moment.
Does she know anything? Does she like?
She's hanging to the back and keeping quiet at the moment.
We're letting her be
Trying to
quiet
be
at the moment.
conspicuous.
She does appear to be trying to stay inconspicuous.
Okay,
Alright.
this is Claire.
So-
This is me trying to remember things.
Okay.
We're coming through to investigate where the cultists had come through here.
Yes, the Cinderclaw cultists.
Okay.
So
So,
he then speaks up to answer Eric's question. He says, you are in the Mwengi Expanse, somewhere to the
And
east of a
down in
town known as Natambu. But many, many days' travel.
aha. Well, me and my friends got pulled through a portal here, and
Are you sure you didn't enter it of your own accord?
I mean, yeah, we did. We definitely entered it. We saw a giant magic dragon. Now we're here.
As you say giant magic dragon, you notice he looks a little concerned. He says, that is the great darkness. What is the word? We hurt it long ago, but we did not kill it.
It's
so
dead now.
you are not a part of the cultist we killed.
No. You are in the Eku-who lands, some distance to the east of the Lagani coast.
Aha. Well, you don't have to worry about cultists coming back through the portal. We control the other side now.
Very good.
But we
We've
were
actually
asked,
just come to explore where the cultists might have come from and maybe set up a trading post.
Well, if you are here to face the cultists and to find them, perhaps we can be of mutual beneficence to each other? Please,
Maybe allies.
come with me to our town of Akrivel. It's the home of the Leopard Clan.
And then, well, I looked up at the group to gauge everyone's response. Kind of shrugged my shoulders and like, well, let's go.
Kara's cool with that. If they're not outright attacking her, don't
Beats
see
the
any reason.
alternative being a pincushion.
Yep.
Better to have friends on the side than not.
Just is going to stow away his gauntlet.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Oh, good.
So he turns and he speaks to the other elves in a language that I don't believe any of you speak.
I don't think so.
The only one who may would be Flick. Flick, what languages do you speak?
Not that one.
Not
I
that.
have a halfling.
All right. Everybody gathers up. You notice that the elves, they keep their bows at the ready, and they kind of spread out and disappear into the jungle around you. However, as you're looking around, as they're getting ready to move, you guys do see that there is still that ring of stone arches that you're standing in the middle of, with the cold pit of charcoal and a half-complete wooden pillar that was clearly once capped with the dragon's visage laying off to the side. That looks like it's just been completely wrecked.
All right. While we're walking through,
Can I do it?
Can I do a perception check to see if I notice anything off? Like something that might give us a clue to where the cultists might have went while we're walking through?
That would be more of a survival check.
I got that. Yeah, I got that.
What were you going to do, Flick?
That would be an 18.
I wanted to do a lore check on the totem pole.
Okay, which lore?
I have the hawk.
Dahak? Okay. What'd you get?
I rolled a 23.
23. This is a it's the remains of a dragon pillar, which you know that followers of Dahak have used to protect places that they had either taken or they consider important.
Okay.
You do know that they are magical.
Bingo. Cool. Do I use read aura to determine what type of magic?
Actually, I think, let me double check. That would be, yes, a read magic aura.
Okay, I'll cast read aura. See if there's anything left on this pillar.
There is fading magic left in it. And let's see, which one was this? Do. All right. It seems like this at some point had a power that was related to the breath of a dragon. You can't tell which one just because the magic is fading quickly. But you can definitely tell that there was some pretty powerful magic involved with this.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
It was an 18 for the survival check. To see where the cultists might have went.
You notice that you can tell where there were bodies and that they were dragged off, and there, as you go outside, you can see that there is a large pyre where the bodies were dragged to.
So basically, okay.
They didn't get away from here.
All right. Good.
As you guys head off, you guys do notice that 5 more elves appear out of the jungle and take up positions around the temple that you're coming out of.
All right. Makes sense. I mean, you want to guard it anyways. All right. Well, if no one else has anything to do, I guess we'll follow him back to the village.
All right. And as you guys are marching, JC looks at you and says, "So, is there anything that I can tell you? Do you have any questions of our land?"
Well, I've never actually been here, and I'm looking around. I'm assuming it looks pretty jungle, beautiful, pristine type thing.
Once you get away from the burnt temple, it is absolutely gorgeous.
I will make the comment that your land is absolutely gorgeous. It must have untold stories to be told.
Much has
I could
happened
have told
here
you that.
in the Mwangi.
I don't know you that well. Just kind of laugh at the same time.
So, you face the cultists at the other end of the Hunter Gate, yes?
Yes.
Yes. We took care of the ones that had taken up near where we live.
That is good to hear.
And we have taken over the hold that the castle they had built, or was already there. But now, since we found out this comes to the Mwangi expanse, we thought it might open up possibilities to trade, and those cultists can't be allowed to do what they've been doing.
Yes, they worship the great darkness.
Anything anyone wants to know? Because I'm kind of drawing a blank on questions.
Tin kind of pipes up. You guys said you injured it, but you didn't kill it, or defeated it, but didn't kill it. What exactly happened?
The story of the darkness is a story for our linguist to speak of, not me.
Then we must get back to the village.
Indeed.
But what dangers does the jungle hold for us? Besides cultists, obviously.
Many dangers. There will be beasts that you would not be familiar with down here.
Aha. All right. Would it be possible for one of your people to act as a guide for us while we're here?
That is possible, but it is something that we can discuss once we're back at Ackerville.
All right.
We're going to throw a great feast in honor of having you as guests.
Perfect. I can play some music for you.
Don't roll a one.
They hate us. We're going to get killed. Run back to the portal. What happened? Nothing. I tried to talk to someone. Just go. Guys, we're done. Call us fine. Go.
All right. So this is, with the exception of Flick, this is a wilderness like you have never seen. There's almost a canopy made by the trees and the other plants, so very little sunlight makes it down to this level. Now, you're guessing you probably won't be bothered with such a large group of elves with you, but damn it, pardon me.
Stop that. You're gonna get us all going.
The humidity here is extreme. Within 10 minutes, you guys are all just pouring sweat.
It's gonna feel gross.
Yep, absolutely will feel gross.
I've opened up my shirt as much as I can. Yeah.
And as you start to, JC says, "No, friend, no. Do not expose more skin than you must. There are many bugs here that you would not like feasting on you."
Then I'll start doing it up, really tied up to the neck. Roll down sleeves and everything.
Safe to assume we're dressed kind of like medieval England people in the middle of the jungle right now.
Yeah.
Wearing armor, yeah.
Welcome to the jungle, motherfuckers.
Do we appear to be following any kind of path or game trails or anything
Make a
like
survival
that?
check.
Oh, I'll get in on that one too. Shit.
23.
31, natural 20.
Oh,
Ooh.
Show off.
so 10. You think you guys are following a trail, but it's hard to tell. Arag, you can definitely tell they're following some type of trail. Every once in a while, you see a marker, but as to like the ground having an actual physical trail, there's not an actual physical trail, but they're definitely following something.
Basically, if you lived here, you'd understand how to get around, but if you don't live here, you're screwed.
Pretty much.
So like Detroit.
So
Wow.
after about
Luckily, we don't have any audience there.
after about 3 hours of just constant hiking through the jungle, you guys come to the city. And I'm going to move your token, the group token, up there. And as you come upon this, you see woven tree branches form the foundations and buildings of this large treetop Eku-who town. Bridges made of sturdy vines spread out through the rainforest canopy, allowing rapid travel through the jungle for miles around. Dozens, if not hundreds, of trunks of massive trees, each over 10 feet wide, support a wide weaving of branches that in turn supports the city above. And each is decorated with twisted roots and shoots that have been painstakingly arranged to form images of elephants and leopards. Further up the trunks, amid beautiful meshes of branches that have grown together to form wide platforms overhead, a staggering array of grafted fruit trees and earth-filled terrace gardens creates a spectacular display. An Eku-who half-elf waits at the base of one of the trees, balancing lightly on a mass of protruding roots. In one hand, she holds a
You wanna
brass...
see what I'm doing?
Sorry?
Come around this way.
Oh.
There's a cord there. Watch. See? There you go.
In one hand, she holds a brass staff topped with a sculpture of a leopard grasping a sword in its jaws and pinning a prone human. Her other arm seems to be made not of flesh, but of twisted wooden branches and bone.
I'm playing a game with all these people right now. Say wave. So these characters
We'll
up
let
here
him explain.
and these characters over here are the other people. And this right here, these are all the spells I can cast. And like this paper, this is my character. I have to roll this dice when I have to do stuff.
Can I help you a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
My dog wants to help the other day too.
Cool.
Her other arm seems to be made not of flesh, but of twisted wooden branches and bone. And she speaks. I am Niketia of the Leopard Clan. My mother was of the Stargazer Clan. You are guests of the Eku-who tonight. Welcome to our lands.
And then I'll introduce myself, Eric Erdox, and bow slightly to her. I'm assuming she is owed some dignity, judging by how everyone else is acting around her.
You notice that the other elves seem very aloof and definitely respectful of her. JC, however, he just seems like it's a normal thing to deal with her.
All right.
And after you introduce yourself, she bows to you, and then she looks at the rest of the group.
And then I'll look at them and gesture to them.
My brain just shut down. My name is Kara. We thank you for your hospitality.
Fista just goes, me Fista. Hi.
She actually looks very interested in Fista. And that's what she looks like.
Oh, she's pretty.
Tin just smiles and said, Abby, Tin, this be Ben, pointing to the bear.
Oh yeah, she is.
What manner of creature is your friend Ben? We have not seen one like him.
It's just a brown bear.
We do not have those in our lands.
Yeah, he's probably not too comfortable right now either. A little hot for him.
Hi,
They
I'm
tend to
Flick.
like colder climates.
I'm usually from here, but I have traveled away and now I'm back. And this is a warg. It's my pet. It's my friend. It's fine.
She nods. We have seen wolves before. Not many.
Well, yeah.
And she looks over towards Dresden and Nala.
I'm Nala.
Welcome. And you, sir?
Where is
Hey,
Chris?
I am Dresden.
Welcome to Akrival.
Thank you.
They're not very talkative.
Does she want more? Like I'm just kind of on this trip for the killing thing.
For the bloodshed show? Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. She can kill things if she wants.
Well,
So I will go ahead and there's many things we must ask, especially if the cults are running loose in your land as well.
indeed. Please, let us go up into the city. And with that, you guys see JC and the other elves nimbly running up and climbing up the branches, while Niketia, she raises her wooden arm, and the wood unravels and stretches out, and she lifts herself up that way. You guys gonna try and follow them up?
Yep, but I bet it's not going to be pretty.
Is there an easier
Chop.
way?
Fisto will climb.
If you're going to climb, you have your choice of either acrobatics or athletics in this case.
I'm going acrobatics because it's one better. Kara's going to try. She's looking very apprehensive at the vines, but
You
she's
said
going to make
athletics?
Yep.
All right, we'll take the athletics
20.
too.
20 for Nala. What did Kara get?
4.
4. Eric?
18
It's
for
like-
Eric.
Just to get a 29 athletics.
What was it for Eric?
18 athletics.
Okay. What about 10 and Dresden? Are you guys going to try and follow up?
Well, I was just looking, Ben does have
20.
a plus 11 to its athletics, so this could be entertaining.
All right. So Ben's going to start climbing.
Let's see.
Didn't we previously establish that the bear's
Ben?
not very good at this?
Ben gets a 27,
Ooh, go Ben.
and Tin has a... Where's his athletics? Tin has a 19.
Okay. And is Flick going to follow everybody up the side of the tree? He's got a headset now. Is Flick going to follow everybody up the side of the tree?
Yeah, if everyone's going, Flick will go up the tree.
All right. Make either an acrobatics or an athletics check, your choice.
Whichever one I'm better at, huh? It doesn't matter. They're both the same. Wait. Yeah. That's an 11 for either one of them. Doesn't matter.
All right. So as everybody else scrambles up, Kara and Flick both have some difficulty. Niketia looks pleasantly surprised as you guys come up over the onto the walkway close to her as she lowers a rope ladder down to the other two.
Yeah, laugh all you want. The bear climbed the tree. You guys couldn't.
I climbed the tree just fine.
He said we climbed it. We just did it badly.
Well, you guys didn't make it up.
Oh, we didn't?
No.
Don't bears climb trees?
Yes, bears do climb trees very well.
Okay, I was thinking that, like, they should be able to do that.
Yeah, I know. So,
And Vista climbed it like a spider monkey.
Well, Kara's gonna take the offered ladder with her head hung in shame.
What about Flick?
What do I have to do?
Are you going to take the ladder up that they lowered down to you?
Fuck yeah. Why would
Okay.
I not?
He
I'm not
can't
proud.
independently.
I'm not proud at all. Fuck that. Give me a ladder.
All right. So as the last of you guys make it up, Nikedia turns and looks at you and says, "Please, feel free to wander our city. We have many preparations to make before the feast tonight."
Oh,
And let me
well,
bring
we
up.
definitely appreciate it. We will have a conversation with ourselves and get see if we can have your people, if they wish, to come through the portal as well. Obviously, with
Our
assured
people
safety.
will not enter the portal because that is where the great darkness lies.
We didn't get rid of that, did we?
You fought it?
We fought it, yeah.
It is probably gathering its strength once again.
Yeah, he killed it, and I point at Dresden.
Oh, that means we're going to have to fight that every time we come through, isn't it?
Until it's taken care of, probably. Kind of puts a damper on the trade idea.
Well, no, we'll find someone.
Well,
All right, well, what does everyone want to do?
I want to explore.
Bathe.
We'll ask her if there's any place we could freshen up before we explore the city. It's been a long journey.
yes, indeed. Let me find my
Nick
map.
said he's running to check on the dog. She was just making weird, strange noises in her kennel. He says Fista will find somewhere to take a nap.
Okay.
Flick's just gonna kind of roam around with his ward pup, who I've not thought of a name of yet. Also, can I get a companion sheet?
It didn't send with it?
Nope.
Okay. Remind me and I'll send you one afterwards because I got to look it up and download it.
No worries.
All right. So is everybody kind of going off on their own directions?
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing.
You're in what appears to be a fairly large tree city. So,
Like it's made out of trees?
um,
Or it's made in the trees?
it's built
Or
in the
both.
trees.
Like
I see
an
an
Ewok
Ewok from
village
outta
on
here.
Star- Yeah.
Yeah, the Ewok village would be the closest thing to it.
But way better. I mean, just look at it.
Yeah, it's made
Way
by
better.
elves, not
Did you make this map?
not Care Bear cannibalists.
This is much like a Kashyyyk village.
No, this is actually the official map of the city.
Okay, it's still a really good map. And if it was you that made it, I wanted to make sure I complimented it.
Nope, this one was made by Paizo. There
Whoever the
is
artist is that did it did a good job.
there is no way I would have the patience yet to
I
do
was
this
gonna
level
say, I
of
was like,
detail.
holy shit, dude. Yeah,
That
Kara's
and-
gonna go explore and just kind of like get a feel for the city and
Okay.
just kind of fascinated by it.
What about Nala?
fight things and protect my friends. Like, I'm not real interested in learning about this culture. Do they have a bar, a pub, someplace that I can go drink?
So you're here to take their gold, conquistador style.
Nah, she came here to chew gum and kick ass, and she's all out of bubblegum.
You'll have to look around to see if you can find anything even remotely like a bar. So you want to wander around, try and find one?
I mean, do they?
You cut out.
What is there to do?
You can explore the city to see if you can find something. I'm getting that death stare.
I'll explore the city.
You want to come with me?
Yes, I will protect
Cool.
Kara. Kara.
All right, Dresden, what about you?
I think that's going to be my new goal in life, is I'm going to be Kara's protector.
I'm just going to walk around and see if there's any healing that needs done or
Okay.
any help with anything.
All right. So, is Nick back at his desk?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
All right. We're going to start with Fista. Fista, as you're wandering around, you find a place that looks like it would be an amazing spot to take a nap. Absolutely beautiful. However, as you turn to walk up on the branch, because it's where a few branches all come together, and it looks like it's got a nice layer of padding plants, you notice that there is a very large, of all things, lion. Lying in that exact spot that you want to go to.
There's a rather large what?
Here you go. That's what you see up in the spot. Like, that looks like a beautiful place to lay and take a nap. The
But
problem is that
is spoken for.
and as you're starting to climb up towards it, and then you notice the lion. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh, that's a good roll. 28.
28.
With a
That's
natural 20.
even a critical one. Hey Joe, we got a lot of racket coming from your end.
Sorry.
That's okay. So with that nature check, you're like, whoa, a lion. Wait a second. Lions don't usually live in jungles, and they're not known for living in trees.
I was going to say, that seemed a little odd. That would be player knowledge, though.
I want to speak out in comment and say hello.
She just kind of opens one eye, looks at you, and is definitely watching you warily.
I'm just going to very calmly and slowly kind of move that direction, kind of speaking restoring voice, like, I sleep here too.
What level?
Share with the lion.
What level is your nature at?
My nature is at trained.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature check.
25.
Oh. So as you're slowly approaching and you're talking as calmly as a goblin can, she just kind of seems to become bored, slumps down, and appears to be going back to sleep. Go ahead, and as you get closer, make a second nature check.
Alrighty. And that one is only going to be a 19.
As you start to get too close, she starts to harumph a little bit.
Like, no, don't come here.
Yeah.
Is this that warning from Miss Lion, or is he gonna just try to snuggle with her anyway?
It's just like, no, it's okay. Shh. Good kitty. And I'll keep approaching.
Okay. Make one more nature check.
Oop, there we go. There it is.
Did you roll a 1?
There's the one.
She growls at you as you get too close.
And this is going to slowly back away.
She gets up and starts to stalk off.
Good job pissing off the lion, my love.
So she kind of left the spot.
Yep.
We'll go find a different spot.
Okay.
You chase her off and then you don't sleep there anyway? Rude.
Fucking savage.
All right. So you do find another place to take a nap. And then we will move on to Eric.
Yes.
Eggs.
As you're wandering around, just taking in the sights of the town.
Yep.
A pair of tall Eku-who girls stride right up to you, and they begin speaking in their language, and you don't understand what they're saying. But it seems like they're asking you something.
Well, since they're elves and I know Elvish, I'll ask them, do you speak Elvish?
One of the girls' eyes open wide, and she switches to Elvish, and she says, yes, we do.
Ah, that's much better then. I can understand.
We were wondering if...
Although your language is very beautiful.
We were wondering if you would play, and she switches back for at least the next word, Daikata.
I don't actually know that one.
It's a fun game. You dance along to the beat of a song, but you wear a pair of copper anklets. And she pulls a pair out of like a belt pouch.
Uh-huh.
The goal of the game is to dance along with the beat of the song while at the same time trying to strike the opposing person's anklets and make them chime.
Aha. Maybe a demonstration first.
Okay. The other girl, she summons a group of musicians, and you see other people start to kind of gather to watch. And the two girls then start to go at each other. And it's actually pretty interesting. I mean, they kind of square off against each other like they're fighting, but instead of fighting, they start dancing to the music, and it's a rapid, fast beat. Think, like the African tribal songs when they're having a big party.
Okay, yeah.
You know the kind of music I'm talking about there?
Yeah.
That's the kind of music that they're playing.
The fast drum beat, yep.
And you just...
Gotcha. All right.
they keep going back and forth with their legs, trying to run their anklet up against the other person's anklet. And another one of the Ekugai are keeping score.
Huh. Well, as they're doing that, as I'm watching, I'm going to be like tapping along, kind of. I'm liking this. This is fun.
After one of them manages to score 5 times against the other, they stop. And the first girl, she's like, "So, would you like to try?"
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Not one to shy away from a new challenge.
Okay.
All right.
So as you both begin dancing, you start going after each other. I need you to make an unarmed attack roll with a -4 circumstance penalty, as she does the same.
Okay. Ooh, so that's a 2.
That's a 2? Did you roll a 1?
Let me double check here.
You're trained in unarmed combat. Everybody's trained in unarmed combat.
Hold on. I was looking at the wrong thing.
So you got a +5 from your level, +2 more from your trained. So you should have at least
11. Hold on.
And it's an unarmed strike, so it's considered finesse and agile. So you can use your dex instead of your strength.
That would be same bonus, so it's a +2 no matter what. So 13.
13. You just missed her. What's your AC?
AC is 21. Do you want unarmored?
No, not unarmored. You use your normal AC for this.
Okay.
All right, so both of you miss. And then as you go into the second part of this first round, you get your choice of either making an acrobatics or a performance check.
We'll go with performance. And that'd be a 20.
A 20?
Yep.
All right. So you're going to get a +2 circumstance bonus to your AC for the next round.
Ooh, nice.
And hers, she will also get the bonus. All right, so in the next round, you guys both make your attacks again. She is going to miss again. Don't forget your -4 circumstance.
I got a 13 again, James.
All right, that's still a miss. And your performance?
The performance, 26.
All right. Yep. Now, at this point, Nala and Kara have kind of wandered along, and you guys see this going on.
Yeah, I was hoping I could watch this because.
As you guys go into the third round of it, go ahead and make your next attack roll.
13.
That's still a miss, Ben.
Yeah, I'm changing my dice.
However, you
Everything else
managed.
is good.
You managed to
Go ahead.
put yourself off balance enough that time that she dings both of your anklets,
Ooh.
scoring 2 points off of you.
Oh, man.
And then your performance check.
26 again.
All right. Round 4.
Kara's gonna cheer Eric on. She's
I got
not
a 20 for
100%
that.
sure what's going on, but she's has figured out.
Your
it's
total
you.
is 20.
Yeah.
You score 1 off of her, and she scores 1 off of you. Right now, she's got you beat 3-1. And your performance?
Ooh. 28 for this one.
28. All right. Let me move this out of my way. Looking. There we go. Okay, round 5 as you both keep going after each other. She misses.
18 for me.
You hit, scoring another point for yourself, closing the gap in your performance.
Woo!
Natural 20, so 31.
All right. So you're going to get a +2 under your AC. That'll make it a 23. Round 6. And because of that, she just misses you.
And that would be a 17 for me.
And you get her. The score is now tied. And the perform.
Okay. 29.
All right. You get the +2. And your next attack.
That would be a 15.
A 15. You score a point, and at the last second, she thinks she's got you, and you jump just enough to get out of her way. Your perform.
That one's not as good. That one would be 15.
15. That is enough to succeed, but you don't get the bonus to your AC.
Okay.
And the 7th round of this. No.
14
Got this,
for
Eric.
mine.
14? All right, so performance. And then you guys go for the next round, the attack.
13 for the attack.
13 is a miss, but she misses you in the performance. Ooh. She does so bad on her performance that she is now down to 0 points.
Oh, wow. Because I got a 27.
However, you get 2 bonus AC the next round.
Gotcha.
And your next attack?
Natural 1.
Oh, that is a big fat miss.
Does he fall down because
Okay.
of that?
He does not fall down, but he'll take a -2 to his performance check. She passed.
Oh, fuck.
No! What'd you roll? What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
Did you roll another one?
Pretty much.
So you lose 2 points. No, you lose all 3 points. Sorry, that was a critical failure. So both of you are at 0 again.
I still look like I'm having a blast doing it, by the way.
And your next attack. That's a miss. Form.
Excuse me.
18.
18 is a success, but no bonus. Go ahead and make your attack.
12 for that one.
That's going to be a miss. And your perform. Succeeded.
Performance. 24.
All right. Not enough for the bonus to your AC, but on the next round, go ahead and make your attack.
Uh,
Awesome. Thank you.
16.
16. You hit for a point.
Woohoo.
And she misses. Then your perform.
30.
30. You get the bonus as you outperform her this round. And then your next attack. She misses because of the bonus that you got.
That would be a 16.
16 is a hit.
Okay.
And the perform. Oh. No. Okay.
24.
24. You are good. And then your attack. She is going to hit.
That'd be 11.
You are going to miss, and then your perform. Oh.
30.
Sorry?
30.
So she apparently looks really frustrated as you guys have gone on and on and on, back and forth. And right after she hits you in the anklets on that last one, she shoves you really hard as she's trying to dance away, and the judge immediately calls it disqualifying her. Her performance check. Natty 1.
Oh,
Got a
wow.
pomegranate?
Yep. She critically failed the performance check, and you win.
Huh. Well, sorry she didn't have a good time at the end, but this is a fun game.
Leave it up to the bard to, not make her have a good time.
I'll ask if I can purchase these somewhere, and if they even take our currency.
I want to play.
And they do look around, looking to see if anybody else would like to take their shot at it.
Kara's like me, pick me.
I'm encouraging people. I'm talking with the band to see if I can play with them on the next round.
Okay. They can do teams of 2, so if Nala wanted to get in on this, she could.
Nella, do you want to play with me? Be on my team?
All right. So 2 more elves step up.
I'll pull out my. What do I have?
And you said you're going to hop in to play
What is
music?
this game called?
Yeah, I'm
They
gonna
call
hop
it
in and play
Decado.
music, yeah.
We probably don't know that because we weren't here for the explanation, but Kara doesn't care what it's called. She just wants to try it.
I'm assuming after the game is over, my character is super excited about this and comes up, guys, you got to try this.
I want to try
All
it.
right.
Please.
So Eric hops in with the musicians, pulling out his instrument, and begins playing.
Hey, you can't
And-
put it out like that.
What's that?
I'm a bard, yes I can.
Ah.
I was making a joke.
All right, so don't forget it's an unarmed strike
Okay.
with a -4 circumstance penalty because you are targeting the other bracelets or the other anklets. So go ahead and make your unarmed strike.
Where is that?
You're trained in it, or no, you're an expert in it. So yours is +4 plus your level, plus your strength or dex modifier, your choice.
Not really sure what Kara's would be.
You would be trained in it.
Okay.
So 2 plus your level plus your dex or strength modifier.
So +7, but then -4. So
Yep.
total +3.
All right, green die is going to be against Kara.
Dex is 2.
What was mine? I'm sorry, I don't have unarmed strike in here. I was trying to find it.
It would be 4 plus your, I'm going to say strength because you're a strength character, plus your level of 5. So 4, 8, 13,
That's what I was going to say. 13?
and then -4 because you're aiming for
9.
something. Yep. So go ahead and roll your attack rolls.
Is that -4? 17?
17. You grab a point for you guys. What about Kara?
12.
12. Kara does not. The one going after Nala misses. And what is Kara's AC?
19.
That one misses. All right, both of you need to make performance checks. DC is 15.
I got a 17.
Nine.
All right. Go for your next attacks.
26.
Ooh.
14.
Nala manages to score twice.
Ooh, nice.
Kara does not. However, they manage to score one off of Kara. And go ahead and make your performance checks.
Ooh, 5.
All right. So the points that you gained, you lost because of lack of grace.
What is the performance check doing?
So you're trying to be elaborate about it and dancing. You're performing the dance. It's your choice of acrobatics or performance.
Oh, I'm taking acrobatics then.
Oh, yeah.
So I got
Sorry, that's-
acrobatics from now on.
All right.
It's +2.
Like Wolf Among Us was so much better from Telltale. Like they did.
Hot mic, Ben.
It was such a better written.
Ben.
Ben on.
Hot mic.
Like Borderlands, they just kind of
And then-
copied what Borderlands 2 was.
And then
Ben.
And none.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. I'm back.
Yeah, you had a hot mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right. So then we go into the next round of attacks. Miss and a hit.
Damn.
25.
7.
All right. The 25 gets you 2 more points. They get a point once again off Kara.
I'm so bad at this.
And make your
I'm here
performance
for
or
you,
acrobatics
Kara.
checks.
27.
12.
Ooh. All right. So you guys, Nala will get a +2 to her AC next round. What does that bring you up to? Because I know you're in the 20s. They haven't even gotten close to you yet.
25 is with the +2.
Okay. All right. Next round of attacks as you guys keep dancing to the music. You guys gain another point from Nala. And had it not been for that amazing bout of acrobatics, Nala would have been hit. But she manages to jump over the strike at the last second and make your acrobatics. Because I know you guys are both using acrobatics. Okay.
An 11.
And
All right. You guys are back down to 1 point as you each lose a point for the party. Then your attacks.
What's the score?
Right now, 2-1 in their favor.
so we're not too far off.
What are we going to? 5?
5. But the score keeps adjusting based on your attack roll and your performance or acrobatics check. What was that? You froze up.
18.
Okay. That's good enough for a point. Kara?
10. 10.
10 is not. Acrobatics checks.
Ooh. 21.
25.
Ooh. Nala is going to get the +2 to her AC again. But, and you guys don't lose any points at all that time around.
Sweet beans.
So
what's the
the
score
score
now?
is tied at the moment. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Like tied 2-2?
2-2.
3? Okay. 28.
28
22.
and 22. So if you guys succeed, you're going to win. All right, so that's going to be a 24, which once again, Nala definitely leaps over. And the other one is a 20, which is going to hit. So they'll get 1 point. Go ahead and make your acrobatics checks.
That's
18.
only
A 9.
A 9 brings you down to 4 to 3
Oh, we're so close.
In
now,
our
we can
favor?
do it.
in your favor.
And why did Arag win last time? The other person
Because the other lady
lost.
stormed off
Like,
in a pissy
okay.
fit.
All right, next round of attacks. That's a miss, and that's a miss.
18.
That's a hit.
17.
That is also a hit. Neither of them hit. Go ahead and make your acrobatics checks.
16.
19.
19 and 16, and a winner is declared
No, we're right. Woo!
with a final score of 6 to
High fives.
3. All right. Then we
That was
need
amazing.
Eric.
High five each other and face slap the rest of us.
Oh,
Eric needs
we're
to
back.
make a performance check.
Can we play again?
31, natural 20.
All right.
He just pulled off a guitar solo.
That's going to be 3 more. All right. So, after you two succeed, 2 other contestants walk up and they're like, one of them's like, ladies, speaking in Elven. Do either of you speak Elven?
Nope.
So,
I'll
Eric,
notice that and walk over.
they both look
Translate
much more experienced, and they come forward and say, we would like a chance to dance off with the ladies in the Dakota.
According to my character sheet here, I speak none.
You speak common. What's your intelligence modifier?
+2.
Ah, so we got to pick 2 other languages for you. Let me look at your actual sheet real quick.
Okay.
You need to stop that. No more yawning.
God damn
You
it.
speak Goblin,
Yeah, nothing happened.
and you'll get a new language because your intelligence went up.
Okay.
Big plant.
All right. So, do you two want to take on the newcomers?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably going to get my butt kicked, but I'm having fun, so I want to keep playing.
All right.
I'll go back with the band.
Nala, you can definitely tell that these two seem to be much more experienced. All right, they're ace.
I can tell, but Kara can't.
Well, you have a better warrior sense. You kind of get the
What
feeling
would
that these are
another
actual
language
warriors.
be that I might want?
Kara's an egghead.
Elven wouldn't be a
Maybe
bad
Elven.
choice.
Do we have elves in our group?
I don't think you guys. No, none of you guys are elves.
Not right now.
But someone speaks Elvish.
Eric
Elven?
does, yes. All right. So as the first round against the newcomers starts, go ahead and make your attack rolls.
I now speak Elvish.
7.
24.
All right. And then make your acrobatics checks.
26.
All right. The score is 0 to 2 to the elves. Go ahead and make your next one.
Ooh, that's promising. 21.
26.
Oh. You guys scored 2 points. Let's see if you can hold on to them, as they both also each score a point.
14.
12.
All right. And because of the poor performance, you guys go back down to 0. So they have you 4 to 0. These guys are,
4 to 0.
yep, these guys are definitely much more proficient.
But they're cheating.
I mean,
They're not cheating, they're just better at it.
they've been doing this a lot longer.
I've been doing this for like 10 minutes.
This is our second game. We're not going to be good at it overnight.
I hate to lose.
I mean, that's not even overnight.
All right, go ahead and make your attacks.
25. And I've been rolling really good attacks.
7.
All right, and your
Can't help
acrobatics.
it about her. 24.
21.
All right, so you don't lose any points, but they just plain out danced you. As it wraps up, I need Arag to once again make a performance check.
So have I been listening to Renaissance version of Step Up, the movie?
Yeah,
For
kind
the
of,
last,
yeah.
like 20 minutes? Okay.
Yep.
Just
19.
double checking.
19 for Eric.
So you think you could dance?
You said 19 on the...
Yeah, 19 on the performance.
Okay.
Carol will probably like offer to shake their hands in like a show of good sportsmanship, not realizing that that's probably not a thing here.
Actually,
I'm
they
just gonna go sulk off.
they
That's all we'll laugh
they don't
right?
like they don't taunt you or generally try and make you feel bad about it. They are still pretty impressed that you guys were able to do it. And 10 is not back, is he?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, there you are. Your camera was off, so I wasn't sure.
No, sorry.
That's okay. So, 10, as you're making your way along, you notice that there appears to be a hunting party.
Interesting.
One of the elves, and let me bring up his image, you notice is staring at you pretty intently.
Me or Ben?
You. That's what he looks like.
I did that.
And one of the other elves makes their way up. And you notice, as you turn a look, it's Niketia. And she says, if you wish, you could join the hunting party. They're going out to hunt for meat. We normally don't eat meat, but since your customs are not ours, we are sending out a hunting party to gather food.
Well, I can go along. I can't say I'll be any help since I'm not much of a distance hunter. But I can accompany them. I'd like to see your lands.
Definitely. Just go ahead and I will speak to Akosa and let him know that you are wishing to go with them.
Tin pats Ben on the side and just come on.
So as she goes over and she lets him know, he looks mildly apprehensive about it. And she walks him back over and she says, Akosa, 10, Akosa. He is our chief hunter.
Tis an honor to meet you.
And he nods and walks off. And she says, don't worry too much about him. He sometimes can take time to warm up to strangers. But do what you can.
All right. Let's go.
All right. So as you guys head out, it's you, Akosa, and 4 other elves. You guys make your way out, and you will have to. Oh, pardon me. First, you need to seek the animals. So you're going to be helping the elven hunters look for signs of the types of animals that you need. Go ahead and make a nature or perception check, your choice.
Perception wins by a little bit. That would be a 27.
27. So you make a pretty impressive and potentially dangerous find. It's a rather large and particularly healthy group of red river boars. And you also find signs of other animals that are safer to hunt than your pretty impressive find. So he just looks at you and in broken common he says, "Which you want?" You're muted.
Not being sure what's better to eat, Tin defer to the hunting party since it's their land. He's like, you know this, the animals better than I. You know what's tastes better and what's easier to prepare and whatnot. And I don't like killing for sport, and I don't like killing if the population is too low. Goes against my beliefs.
You would know that boars of any type, the population probably is not going to be too low. Boars spread like rabbits.
Yeah, and they're kind of...
but they do tend to be mean.
Yeah, and they do probably tend to like be invasive a little bit, I think, as well. Well, looks like bacon's on the menu.
Okay. You get to make, as you guys are positioning yourselves, you get to make a stealth check. You're going to want it to be good.
A dwarf making a stealth check, yeah.
Dwarves are no worse at it than anybody else. Did you roll a 1?
No. Thankfully, it wasn't a 1. But even with my bonus, it's only a 5.
You want to spend your hero point, see if you can make it better?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try. Oh, well, slightly better at a 14.
Okay. All right. And then you guys have to work together to bring them down. That's going to call for a survival check.
So I'm sure Ben could hurt him in a nice direction pretty easy. Especially if they've never
And
seen
you can make a roll
before.
you can definitely make a roll for Ben and yourself on this.
What is Ben's? Ben. No, Ben doesn't have survival, so.
A druid without
yes,
survival?
He does.
I was going to say, that's...
It was down to Ben does it, yeah. Ben's got a +9 on his, okay. Alright. Got a +9. Ben gets a 20, Tin gets a 22.
All right. And you'll need to make one more survival check.
Ben gets a 17, Tin a 29.
All right. So you guys do suffer some wounds during the encounter. Ben will take 15 points of damage, and you take 12. But you guys do down the boars and bring them back. And let me add some stuff here.
How many points to Ben?
15.
I believe Tin's got the ability to heal his animal, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that?
It's a focus spell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let's get all right. So you guys make it back. You take care of the food and everything, and Flick,
Jeez.
you've been wandering around,
See?
and then you
Yes.
come across a lion in a tree. She appears to be, and it's definitely a lioness, she appears to be resting on a branch. And you notice none of
Sweet.
the other elves are really paying attention to her.
Okay. No one notices or cares about the lion in the tree. Fantastic. I have my wolf with me.
Your warg?
Does she notice me?
She definitely seems to have noticed you.
Okay. I'm just gonna approach slowly, kind of like palms out, like I saw the elves do earlier, and just kind of approach the tree.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check.
Cool beans. That's a 29.
All right, she definitely kind of eases down as you begin to approach. You gonna try and go right up to her?
Sure, why not?
That'll call for another harder nature check.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 16.
16 is not going to be enough. Do you want to use your hero point or let it ride?
Yes. Yeah, no, I'll toss one. Alright. That's 32?
32.
19 plus 13?
She actually lets you approach her.
Cool.
And you are able to pet her and everything. And you notice that a few of the elves have definitely taken notice.
Alright.
And seem kind of impressed as you're up there just sitting with her, petting her, doing all the stuff that Fista was unable to do.
Yeah, I just kind of want to, like, chill out and cat nap in the tree with her. And, like, Wolf Guy will just kind of, like, hang out below.
Alright. He is now...
You can stay. I'm gonna keep that dice.
Yep. All right, so after a few hours, elves head out and they invite you all back for the feast. And it is a pretty exciting feast. However, as you notice people are gathering, Niketia comes forward and she says, please, you need to meet the Twin Leopards.
Ah, all
The
right.
Twin Leopards?
Yes.
Who or what are they?
Okay.
They are the rulers of the Leopard clan.
Ah, okay.
And she leads you to a simple platform that's completely empty, made from woven tree branches. And as you approach, let me bring up an image of them. There's one. Here's the other. That's what they look like. And they speak in unison.
Ooh, creepy.
And they say,
Okay.
we are Ose Penin and Ose Atsu of the Leopard clan. Our mother is of the Heart clan. One of them wears a patterned green dress with copper jewelry studded with uncut gems, while the other is wearing the dark blue tunic, covered with amulets wrapped in copper and green cloth. Both of them are wearing black leather sandals decorated with copper amulets.
Fuck yes.
And have long hair arranged in thick locks. And they look around at you, and the one in blue, she says, so, tell me. And her eyes kind of rover around, and then she settles her eyes on Nala. She says, you are Nala, yes?
Nala, I am.
What do you do for a living, Nala?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Protection, fighting, adventuring.
Do you have, other than these folks here, do you have friends and family back at your home?
I've had other friends on this journey as of late.
What is it that you most consider important?
Do I have some backstory that I'm not remembering?
No, I figured you would come up with something.
Most important.
Cheryl's not good with coming up stuff on the fly.
That is such a hard question. How does one choose the most important? The most important thing changes from moment to moment. One moment it might be food that is the most important. Another time, a lover's caress is the most important. At this time, most important may not be the same thing tomorrow most important.
That's deep.
She nods.
I know Flick it's somewhere totally different, but Flick says the jungle is always important, just in his mind.
And
Was that not the answer you were thinking I was going to give?
that's a good answer.
But I found it hilarious, Cheryl.
And then she says, oh, what is one thing that you are most proud of about yourself?
She's a kick-ass dancer.
I did kick-ass dance. What was the question? I'm sorry. Got distracted.
What is something that you are the most proud of about yourself?
How did my friends die? I forget.
How did your friends die?
Yeah, don't we have a couple new people
Yeah.
just joined us?
Yeah, Pick died.
Pick
How
died
did-
facing spiders, and Romthrax died to a trap, I believe it was.
It was the witches or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to count.
So it wasn't my fault.
I mean, you weren't there to protect them, so it kind of was your fault.
I went to go save Pick. She just didn't hang on long enough.
Nope.
It was getting there.
You tried.
Good effort, team.
I never leave my friends hanging. I do all I can to help protect them.
She nods, and then the other one, the one wearing green, looks around, and then her eyes settle on Dresden. She says,
Should I be concerned the one is focused on me?
no, I mean, as soon as you answer her question, she starts looking kind of around at the party in general. And as I said, the one in green settles her eyes
I'm
on Dresden.
suspicious, FYI.
And she says, You follow the Dawn Flower. Yes?
I follow Saren Ray.
Yes, the Dawn Flower. So, what about you? Other than your traveling companions, do you have any friends or family?
No, I gave all that up. I now travel to heal and help adventurers alike.
Noble cause, indeed. So, what do you consider most important?
A fair question. Friends, helping others, following
Friends,
Sarah
but you don't
Ray's.
have any friends or family. You gave those all up.
Well, you guys, companions, traveling companions, good call. Following the ways of Sarah and Ray and showing example.
And what are you most proud of about yourself?
I am not a proud person.
I see.
That is such a good answer.
Then the elven woman wearing the dark blue tunic settles her eyes on Arag. Says, You are Arag, the bard, yes?
Yes.
And what of you? Do you have friends and family other than your traveling companions?
Unfortunately, family, no. They have long since left this world, but friends, I try to make new friends everywhere.
That is good. So, what do you consider important then?
I guess music, laughter, and joy, and hope.
Hope is always good. And what's one thing about yourself that you're most proud of?
To be honest, I guess being able to help my friends and to help them survive combat is what I'm proud of.
Understandable. The girl in the green dress then settles her eyes on Fista and says, "You are a goblin, yes?
Me? Me, Vista. Yes.
We don't see many of your kind here in the jungles of the Mwangi. Do you have... Sorry?
Yeah, not many Vista tribe left.
So you don't have many friends and family left then other than your traveling companions?
No. 2 tribe come with me, but 2 tribe died.
I'm sorry to hear that. So what is your occupation? Because, like I said, I mean, with your friends, I can pretty easily tell. But what is your occupation?
Occupation?
Your job, if you will.
Oh, Vista don't have job. Vista like to fight, like to wrestle.
Ah, a warrior. I see. And what is it that you find important?
Vista kind of looks down a little bit, and he's trying to figure out, because he's never really thought of much being important in his life. Then he kind of looks up. Me alive? That important?
True. Very true. What are you most proud about?
And he kind of thinks back in his mind again, falls silent for a second. And then he kind of looks up. So far, I wrestle many things. This bear, too. And he points to the bear mask that he's wearing.
I see. Very good, very good. Then the other girl, the girl in blue, looks at Tin and says, You did very well at hunting today. You are 10, correct?
I be 10.
What about you? Do you have friends or family other than your traveling companions?
If they're still alive, they're many far, far away. I know not. I left home a long time ago, follow my heart, explore the world.
I see.
I have Ben. He's my friend.
What do you consider important?
Nature, living things, maintaining the balance.
Both of the girls smile a little at that. What's one thing you're most proud of about yourself?
I'm a dwarf, my beard.
Excellent. Then the girl in the green dress looks down at Flick. And there's quite a height difference. I mean, because elves are usually close to 6 feet or higher. And then you got Flick at what? Under 3 feet. And she says, And you're from this place. You're from the Mwangi Expanse. Yes?
Yes.
Do you have any friends or family?
Just the animals and the wildlife in the forest.
And what do you consider most important?
Life. Everything.
Excellent, excellent. What's one thing you're most proud of about yourself?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before. I've never had anybody ask me that. I don't know.
Fair answer. And then
I have a wolf friend.
the warg.
Yeah, rescued him.
Excellent. And then the last, definitely not least, the girl in green, in the green dress, looks at Kara and says,
I don't want to do it.
"And you're Kara.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?"
I'm an alchemist.
We don't have many of those here in the Mwangi jungle. Do you have any friends or family?
I do have some family back home, but I'm just trying to strike out on my own and make some fortune before I return and settle down. See the world a bit. Didn't think I'd make it out this far, but here we are.
What do you think is important?
Using the skills you have to help others.
Ah, I see. What are you most proud of?
She's definitely kind of like shifting uncomfortably. She feels like she's being inspected and doesn't like it very much. Oh shit! I don't know. I never really thought about it. I guess. Anytime that my potions or reagents help someone, I'm pretty proud of that.
Good. And then, once again, creepily, they speak in unison and they say, "We wish to see a demonstration of your prowess, either with combat or with your skills." Uh-oh. Will's laughing. Who would like to show us your prowess?
I will.
And how would you like to do so?
What do you want me to fight?
Ah, you wish to
won't be
fight.
killed.
The girl in dark blue steps forward and she says, "Well, reaches down into the interwoven limbs and pulls out, after looking at the weapon that you wield, and pulls out a wooden longsword. You would think of it as like a practice weapon. And she says, "With this, I wish you to try and hit me. Don't worry, it will cause no harm." And she's offering it to you, hilt first. To me, or does Nala look suspicious?
Always looks suspicious.
I have no reason to attack you.
That's why we're using a practice weapon. I just want to see how adept you are to the combat arms. You are a warrior. Have no fear. This is a practice weapon. It will cause no lasting damage.
I feel like this is a trick.
You could attempt to sense motive. Perception.
Yeah, I hear. I guess I'm not the only one who hears Admiral Akbar in their voice right now, huh? It's a drop.
12?
12? As far as you can tell, I mean,
She's not lying to
she
me.
is not lying to you.
I'll take it.
Okay. And you get to attempt one strike.
my longsword?
One less, because it's not a striking or a potent.
You might as well power attack or
33.
shower.
33. So Nala takes the sword, hefts it for a moment, assumes her stance, and starts to lunge in with a standard straightforward attack. And as the girl twists to try and get out of the way, she changes the movement of her wrist and brings it around and smacks her right on the side. And the girl looks extremely surprised. Like, she did not expect such a deft move. And she bows to you, holds out her hands. Kind of
Told her I was good.
She holds out her hands.
For the sword, I give her the sword back.
And then she just places it back down, and it just kind of melds back into the trees. And the other girl says, "Is there anyone else who maybe has a skill of theirs that they believe that they could show off to us?"
Huh?
Put some or athletics. I'm all for boasting myself.
What, just like combat or
No.
anything?
And I already went hunting earlier today. Geez, what more do they want? He brought back all the boars. I mean,
I can see Flake Gosh going, I made friends with this lion today.
Yeah, because like I hung out with a lion.
Like the lion is your background.
Basically, what she's asking is for someone to show off a skill that they believe they are really good at. And preferably someone other than Nala, because Nala's already shown her prowess.
Kara's
I'm good at more than one thing. I would like you to know that. I am not a one-trick pony. You want me to tumble through somewhere?
It's something that needs a skill check.
I'll step up and offer to perform a song about our adventures.
Oh, they nod.
All right.
Go ahead and make a perform check. DC 25.
Well, let me think. There we go. We got a 26.
All right. And they seem impressed. And the girl who Nala struck, the one in the blue, she steps forward and reaches in to a pouch and pulls out a dagger. And she says, "Please, accept this gift from us. But let me demonstrate first." And she draws the dagger out, and she focuses for a moment, and you can tell immediately it's a cold iron dagger. She focuses for a moment, and it changes from a cold iron dagger into a kukri. Focuses another moment, and it changes from a kukri into a punch dagger. And then she keeps focusing on it, and then it just changes back into a normal-looking dagger. We offer this to you.
To anyone in particular, or just the group?
Just the group.
Does anyone want the dagger?
hey guys, I'm gonna have to drop off. Sounds like something's going on with the kids, and Laura's gonna be up at 5 a.m. for work. So
Okay,
Okay.
sorry, I'm gonna have to take care of it.
Okay.
no problem.
I'll catch y'all later.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Real life happens.
Well, I mean, if no one's opposed to it, I'll take it.
Go for it. Kara was trying to figure out how she could demonstrate what she does, but
Punching daggers, always good.
James, I have a question.
What's your question, Danny?
Yeah, what's your question? I'm sorry.
Did she take damage from that hit from Nala?
No, she did not appear to take damage.
Okay. Kara was trying to figure out some way to show us what she can do and was going to offer some potion, but she doesn't want to blow things up. was gonna go with the healing potion if she was hurt, but
All right. So, after that's all said and done, they both bow and say, "Please, follow Niketia. She will take you to the feast that we are holding tonight in your honor. We hope to see you there."
Kara will bow back. It's like that's the respectful thing to do.
And Niketia,
Just turn around.
what's that?
I said Fisto will just turn around and look for who he's supposed to follow.
Okay.
I do too. It's like all fucked up, but it makes it like little tiny dipping pieces. It's pretty dope. I befriended a lion. Yo.
So Niketia takes you down to the place where the feast is at. And it's in one of the larger open areas. There's hundreds of elves here.
Why is that like that?
And you guys are
It's good. Is this the sativa? And
treated to boar, as well as palm wine, plus lots of fruits, tubers, other vegetables and fruit things. And generally, you guys seem to be, well, definitely the guests of honor. And as you guys are all sitting there, Niketia makes her way up, and she sits down right next to Arag.
All right.
And you guys can all hear this, and she says, "See my father over there, and his friend Akosa."
Yes.
And she gestures her staff towards where the two elves are speaking quietly to each other. "They're both clueless. They have been friends since childhood and been in love for the past 10 years, ever since my father helped Akosa recover from his time with the Aspis Consortium. And Akosa helped my father recover from my mother's death. And neither of them will do anything about it. They both have too many concerns invented in their own minds, and they both worry what my mother would think. I know precisely what my mother would think. She would also think they are both being clueless. I've let them dance around each other for years, but today I've decided that life is too short, even for elves. Maybe even especially for elves." She seems to think for a moment before she shakes her head and scoffs slightly. "The elders here always say it isn't our place to interfere in other people's personal lives, but I am a half-elf, so I don't care about that.
I kind of chuckle at that one.
Why don't you help me turn this festive atmosphere into a romantic one to see if those two can catch a hint?"
Huh? Oh. Was she just addressing me directly or the party in general?
She's leaning more towards you, but she hasn't been quiet, so the rest of the party can hear it.
Kara's like, play something like romantic, like play some music.
Then
Set the mood.
I think I can come up with a song for that. I might have a melody. And I'll go, is the band there as well?
Yes. There is a band there.
Okay. I'll go talk to them and just like, I follow my lead, play a slower drum beat, a little bit more percussion, something to dance to, slow dance.
All right. As you head up and start to lead the band, you notice that the clan as a whole quiets down to listen. Go ahead and make a performance check.
And don't fuck it up.
He's about to get some Marvin Gaye going on.
What did you roll?
20!
Yes!
Matchmaker!
All right.
I don't think that could have been any better. Well, I mean, it couldn't have.
Huzzah!
So you succeed. What's your total?
My total's 31.
31. Okay.
11 plus 20.
You create a passionate ambience, and as you guys kind of watch, you both see JC and Akosa both kind of slip into a more affectionate mood as you're playing, and you'll be playing throughout most of this. Any of the rest of you wish to get involved?
No, Kara's afraid to mess it up.
I'm going to be dancing around too, singing to everybody, trying to get everybody into the mood. Like, we're making this a full performance.
Okay.
Are we singing like in the jungle?
No.
I'm certainly thinking it loudly now.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I was thinking more like the love song from the Jungle King than in the jungle.
Anybody else doing anything to help out?
Fist will kind of tap his toes a little bit.
What could I do?
I mean, you could go and talk to them. You could either just try and get them to tell each other their feelings. You could just take the blunt, straightforward approach and try to attempt to.
Just remember, don't
All right, those are 8 seconds.
Yep, there's our 8 seconds.
Can I? Are they near each other?
They're relatively close to each other, yes. But if you're pretty sure that you could probably get at least JC to the side because Arag's tied up at the moment.
Well, with his with his music playing, do they look like they want to dance? Is anyone else dancing?
Make a perception check to sense their motive.
I'm not very perceptive. That is not what my talent would have been. 14.
You really can't tell, but if anybody else wants to give it a shot, they can too.
Perception?
Yep, to sense motive.
Ball sacks.
This is oblivious.
13.
Say perception.
Yes.
Is that open to everybody?
Yeah, anybody can make the roll. Except for Arag, he's busy.
Yep.
Yeah, Fist is just stuff in his face.
I got 14.
I got a.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to know if they were
You're cutting in and out.
Are there people dancing? First off,
Yes, there are lots of people dancing.
okay, are the two people we're trying to get together dancing
No. They're just kind of standing off to the side. They were talking,
near
but
each other?
relatively close. If you wanted to head up and just talk to one, you could.
I want to go talk to the guy,
They're both guys.
the cuter looking guy.
The one that you had a thing for?
Yes.
Okay, that would be Akosa. He's the lead hunter.
Oh, that's the one that said I do? I will tell him that he needs to go ask the other guy to dance. That I really think that he would like it. And I'll do that too.
So you're going to try and have a reasonable discussion with him.
Yes?
Uh,
I mean, I don't want to, like, force him.
right.
You are very blurry.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why my camera's jacking up. Let me move out of it and move back in.
Where'd you go? You just need to come closer to it.
No.
No, for some reason it's being kind of a pain. It'll adjust.
You don't have vape fog on your lens, do you?
No.
Okay.
All right. So you're thinking about approaching Akosa. As you're approaching him, go ahead and make another sense motive check since you're going after him.
Sense motive is perception.
Yes.
13.
13. He definitely looks like he would be more standoffish because you haven't actually met him, but he's kind of got that aloof sense to him. You think you might have better luck talking to JC.
And I'll go check to the other one.
Okay.
I'm really kind of disappointed. Like, I'm not just going to go up and go, hey, I think you should ask the person to dance. But, like, weren't we talking to someone who, this is the dad?
JC is the dad of Niketia.
Oh, well, that's who I would want to go to then anyway.
Okay.
They all look alike to me.
He's the one we met when we first got here, Cheryl.
That's so racist.
You okay there, Danny?
They're elves.
All right. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
I just killed Danny.
How did you just kill Danny?
I'm still laughing at the racism.
Diplomacy?
Yep.
10.
You talk with him for a bit, and you kind of get the feeling that he's probably not going to act on it. You probably want somebody a little more diplomatic to do it.
Oh, you mean the person singing?
Yeah, the person's too busy playing the castanets and all that stuff.
Actually, Kara's decent at that.
You want to go up with her and try and help her?
I'm going to go back to where Kara is and just start complaining how stupid these elves are and that they don't know anything and they can't listen
And
to
Kara
music
gets up and walks away.
Yep, I do. I'm like, nope, not going to entertain that thought process. Talk, was it JC?
Yeah.
Into, like, just asking Ekoja? Is that the other name?
Akosa.
Ekosa to dance. My die hates me now. It was doing her good earlier. That's 13.
He just kind of, well, there's just too much going on. There's too many things in the way.
You miss every chance you don't take.
That's such a good one, Danny.
That is a good one.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I think it is on a t-shirt.
Anyone else want to give it a shot? Either with Akosa
Yeah,
or
Flick will go. For
Flick
sure.
will go?
Yeah.
Go, Flick.
Do I get a break in the lute playing for a bit?
Oh no, they're going
No.
to keep you up there for a while.
You're
Yeah.
there for
You're making it a
rest.
little bit easier for people.
Can I talk to whichever one they did not talk to?
Yes, but you got a feeling that he's going to be a little bit tougher of a sell.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
So you go
I'm
over,
gonna
you
walk up
talk
and
to
be like-
him.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get him to dance?
You're trying to get them to admit their feelings to each other.
All right. I'm gonna be like, so I see you standing over here, and you're kind of looking at other dude, and I think maybe there's a little something going on. Why not just work it out? Diplomacy?
Yeah, diplomacy.
Come on, man, you can do it.
Ooh,
You still have your hero point too, right?
No, I used it already.
Okay.
But that's a solid 23.
A solid 23 against the DC of 22.
Why do you tell other people the DC and you never tell me?
I told it afterwards. You guys had the lower DC of 17 with JC.
Yes! Flick is killing it today.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks for a moment, and then
I mean, what's wrong with the dance?
he nods. Yes, I shall go and talk to him.
Boom.
And as you guys watch the two get into a much deeper discussion, you notice they kind of move away from everybody and sit down. And
Can I, as Nala, make a statement here?
what's that?
Can I, as Nala, make a statement here?
What statement is that?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we're wasting our time on this stupid romance between two people. Romance is dead, and I feel like we need to go out.
It's wonderful, and
Just
Kara,
because you're the party pooper,
Egg, listen. I am talking. I asked to make the statement. You guys sit there.
Fine.
This is really weird because I hear myself talking in James's speakers, and then I have pause, and then I hear myself finishing the statement.
Just wait till you get into your laughing loop again.
I will not do a laughing loop. If you haven't noticed, I have muted myself all laughs. But Nala thinks this is completely ridiculous, that why in the world do we even care if these two people are together? If they're too afraid to admit their feelings with one another, who cares? Love is dead.
So make an intelligence check for Nala.
Aww. Flick walks up to Nala and hands her a flower. You look like you're sad. Man, you want to dance?
I think
15?
15. As Nala's going on this little rant,
I am not being obnoxious about it. I am just...
I'm just saying, as Nala's...
I'm not trying to get the whole community involved, just so you know. I'm pointing my finger at you now, James Smith.
Okay. So Nala realizes as she's going on her little rant, there could be a reason behind all of this. I mean...
Is it getting me money? Is it killing the bad guys we're after?
Well,
Am I protecting any of my friends?
If you'd let me finish...
with this community that is...
I don't really care about
housing
this
us.
community.
I do.
You're making allies.
We're making allies.
And if you help them, they'll be more likely to help you.
Yet.
The whole community cares about whether these two guys get together or not?
Actually, yes.
That seems stupid. This does not seem like a community we need help from.
Oh, so we've gone from racism to sexism now, huh, Carol? What do you got against gays?
Would that be homophobia, not sexism?
Something like that, I don't know.
But just think, Cheryl, if these two tribes make a super tribe, then they'll be a strong ally.
Exactly. Plus, it's cute, it's adorable, and I'm a hopeless romantic, and I want them to get together because it makes my heart happy.
So, as you guys watch these two... Oh, Cheryl's got her headphones off because Harley's distracting her. Harley! You're distracting her. Alright, so she won't know what's going on. So, relatively early into the feast, after you guys have taken some time, because this feast is probably going to last a while. Three younger elves approach you guys, a smirking Niketia in tow. And one of them, in very broken common, says, We have heard that Northerners can't handle anything with spice.
I mean, I'm willing to try. You'll probably all laugh at me, but I'm willing to try.
How about anybody else?
This'll eat it. This is not afraid of fire.
We'll give Nala a chance to get in on this. If Harley would stop talking to her.
Well, you already know Nell's going to go, anything Fista can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
I mean, Flick is not going to turn down hospitality.
All right. So one of them pulls a basket out from behind them, and the speaker then pulls out a brightly colored pepper.
That looks dangerous.
And seeing that multiple people seem interested in trying, he cuts it into several pieces, and then pardon me. Offers it up to each of you who are willing to try it. And she's putting her headphones back on.
I'm sorry, I had to take care of your daughter.
She's an adult.
Not really. She needed help.
So you had 3 young elven boys come forward stating that, like juveniles.
Not anything conscious could be into?
Oh, no. No.
I mean, she is a teacher.
Oh, God, Nick.
They're challenging you northerners, stating that they had heard that you couldn't handle spice. And now they pulled out a pepper, brightly colored, and cut it up into several pieces for anybody who wants to try it.
I'm gonna ignore these guys. I don't care.
And
They're little kids, and
Niketia is with them. She seems kind of amused by it.
who's Niketia?
And Fista's
She's the
doing it.
linguist, the speaker for the tribe.
Oh, that's the lady that first came with all the stuff.
All right, so who's going to try it?
Kara's trying it.
Kara is, I know Flick was, Fista is.
Fista's.
Anybody else?
This is doing it.
Yeah, Nala. You know, anything Fista can do, Nala can do better.
100% true. I mean,
So get in on this.
All right. And as you guys accept the challenge, you do notice a little crowd starts forming around you. As you take the first piece of the first pepper and you chomp it down, everybody make a fortitude save.
Ooh, that's only a 12 for me. I rolled a 2.
Ooh, that's X for you.
Sure does.
Fista has a total of 30.
All right. Nala
29.
and Kara.
28.
All right. So Kara, Nala, and Fista, you guys are A-OK. It's got a little bit of burn as it hits the back of the throat.
I like it.
Flick, you are sickened 1.
Okay. That's like what, -2 to the rest
Neg
of my
1.
rolls? Okay, -1, okay.
And as you start to kind of get sick from it, you'll get 5 rounds, so you'll get 5 attempts to
Okay.
break the second.
Alright.
So
In the first round, Flick is like asking people for milk.
milk,
Yes.
and people start handing over stuff. And go ahead and make your fortitude save to break the second.
What's my DC?
This first DC is 15 with this first pepper.
Oh god, that should be easy. Alright, that's a 28.
Okay. So you don't lose your composure or anything, but you do manage to break the sicking condition. They bring out another pepper, cut it up, hand it to each of you. Go ahead and make your fortitude saves, as when this one hits the back of the throat, a little bit more fire to it. This is a higher DC.
What was the last DC?
15.
I got a 21.
Fista got a 26.
I
I got an 18.
Okay. Kara, what was yours?
16.
And Flick?
18.
18. Both of you are sickened 1.
Barf.
Fista and Nala are both A-OK still.
Okay.
Kara's like,
DC 19 to break the sickened. You get
Okay.
5 attempts. So go ahead and roll your first one.
Ooh,
Kara, you too.
that's not no.
me too.
That was
Yes.
no.
What fortitude save?
Yep.
I got a nat 1.
Oh.
Oh, I was 1 off.
So, Kara, you stay the same. Flick goes to Sicken 2.
Okay.
Second round.
Third round.
Second, with the second.
Oh.
That's a 23.
23. Flick breaks it. And Kara?
Damn it. It's like 18 again.
That's with your -1, right?
All right. Third round for Kara. Hey.
Rolled the same number 3 times in a row.
New dice.
2.
No, most likely it won't come up again.
Fourth round. Uh-oh. Cheryl's going to let loose the beast about the dice.
12.
12. And last round. If you can't break this one, you'll be out of it.
Well, shit. Hang on. I missed my box. Nat 20.
There's a joke there
All
somewhere.
right.
I'm just not immature enough to make it.
All right. You going to keep going, Kara, or are you done?
I'll keep going.
All right. Flick.
Out. Flick's out. Nope.
Flick's
Come on,
out.
Flick. Chug it down.
Some of the elves kind of laugh at you, but I mean, it doesn't seem like disrespectful, but they're definitely enjoying this.
That's fine.
For the third one.
Is this like make the newcomers feel embarrassed and unwanted?
Easy the new
No.
guy, Cheryl.
That's what it feels like. Let me ask you all these questions. Now you have to get 2 people to fall in love. Now you have to eat our hot peppers.
Different communities, different traditions.
For him, Cheryl, and something good comes out of this.
All right. The
Better
third
be getting
pepper.
a lot of experience.
DC 22. Fortitude save.
I didn't do it.
Fist, I got a 26.
Fist is better than Nala.
17.
All right. Nala and Kara, make your first to 5.
Can I just roll 5?
18.
Yeah, if you want to just roll all 5 at once, you can.
My second attempt is a 31.
Okay.
21 for the second attempt.
That was not enough yet. 22 is the DC you're shooting for.
That's right. I forgot what the number was. There it is. It was a 22 even.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, one of the children drops out after the second pepper. And you said you got a 22?
Yeah.
Okay. They bring out the fourth pepper. DC 24 fortitude save. That last one felt like a burning hands going off in your throat.
Fist is in.
You're
Doing it. I got a 30.
All right. Nala's okay?
19.
That one just hit wrong in the back of the throat.
Yeah, probably just got hung up.
Yeah.
What did Fista get?
26.
Fista's okay. And Kara, time to see if you can break that second.
Nope.
Second attempt.
Worse.
Third attempt.
I think Kara throws up. I just rolled a 1.
So you go up to sicken 2. Fourth attempt.
So 20.
And fifth attempt. DC is still 24.
Oh, it's an 18 plus 9 is 27.
Minus 2 is 25. That's enough.
No, that was with the -2 already.
Oh, that was with the minus 2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 1 pepper left. That last one felt like a fireball going off in your throat. And as soon as Nala is done getting her coffee, we'll go for the big one. I'll save the DC until she gets back. However, the second of the 3 children has dropped out.
Kara's still gonna do it.
She's going for broke.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, yellow?
Fuck it, YOLO.
Yellow.
Yellow?
YOLO.
Yellow.
All right, so as she's making her way back to her chair, you guys take on the last pepper. This pepper is jet black.
Ooh.
Go ahead and make your
Eats black peppers.
Go ahead and make your DC 28.
Damn it.
Nice. I hit 29.
Nala?
Kara got a 22.
Nope. All right. Both of you get to make your attempt to break sickened with your -1.
I got a 31.
All right. So you kind of gag a bit.
21.
Second attempt, Kara.
28.
Oops. 28 is enough. And you guys outlast the last kid.
Yes!
Will, I like how your background changes according to what's going on.
All right.
Trying to keep it update.
Everyone seems impressed by your dedication to suffering.
Kara's probably
And
a little bit like, I'm gonna regret that in the morning.
all right, let me make some changes here.
Oh. Never mind.
And change.
Kara might
things.
ask if she can have a couple of them.
Well, actually, one of the kids pulls out 4 vials,
Yes.
and he says, "This is our hot pepper oil that we distill from the gardens. Each bottle acts as a salve of anti-paralysis. However, the creature that the salve is used on experiences some blazingly spicy after effects in addition to the magical effects of the salve."
Kara will take those.
So it's basically organic tiger balm.
Yeah.
Kara wanted to play with some to see if she could do anything with it with alchemy anyway, so.
All right. So things go on for a bit, and then once everyone has had plenty of time to eat, drink, socialize, and listen to the music that Arag helped provide, Niketia interrupts the festivities by striking her staff hard against the floor.
All right.
She invites you to join her in the circle, and she says, "One of our traditions..."
Specifically,
Huh?
who does she invite?
You guys.
Like
Everybody else kind of
us.
forms up around you, and there's like a little circle of benches, and she invites you all to sit there.
Okay, so we're actually sitting inside of the circle, not forming a circle.
I'll go sit down.
She says, "This is one of our traditions for welcoming our guests. We swap stories with our visitors in the storyteller circle. And once you guys have taken a position, whether it's sitting there or not, she then begins, 'Come, children of the leopard clan!' Her voice rings out clear and strong above the sounds. 'Dusk has fallen, and let us call a moth to tell us a story.' As one, the Ekujai stand and hold their hands cupped in front of them, each conjuring a ball of light into their palms. 'I have caught a little moth,' she says, dramatically clutching the air in front of her. 'It has a story to tell. It is the story of a great darkness.' As one, all of the other elves reply, 'We will listen.' And then Niketia continues on. 'There was once a time of anguish, a time of destruction. a time of night so dark that even moths refused to fly. From a hole in this night came a great darkness, who saw the world suffer, and thought only that it wanted to see more suffering. The darkness sought to burn all that remained until there was nothing left but ashes. The first people that the darkness found were a brave people who stood before the darkness with their weapons and did not run. The darkness sought to destroy them, saying, "You shall fall before me, for I am death, and I am fire." But the people were not afraid and replied, "You shall not break us, for we are the guardians of this land who stayed to defend it when all others fled." And oh, what a terrible battle it was. The people shattered their spears against the darkness again and again, but no living being could pierce its hide. At last, the greatest among the people, the kindest, the most righteous, gave their lives to forge their souls into weapons for the people to wield. Oh, how their souls burned like bright coals in the night. The people took up the souls of those they had most loved, and in wrath split the skin of the darkness. They spilled the blood of the darkness across the whole of their lands. They broke the horn and teeth from the darkness and flung them into the sea. Yet still the darkness would not die. The people forced the darkness back into the place from whence it had emerged. The people trapped it in the space between spaces. The people swore they would stand guard so that the darkness could never escape to threaten the land again. Could the people imprison the darkness forever when even the best among them could not defeat it? Was it foolish to expect them to try? She pauses a moment and then says, "That is the story we have been given." And all of the other elves respond with, "We will remember." She then...
I'm going to then also say, "We will remember." And not meanly or condescendingly. Like, honestly, like, I was into this story of trouble and trial and...
She then looks to you guys and says, "Who amongst you has a story they wish to share?"
Oh, Bard!
I'll stand up and so they cup their hands together and formed a ball of light. Would I recognize the spell they used, or did they just cast light?
You don't know.
Well,
but it doesn't look like she's expecting you to do the same. That seems to be related to their bloodline.
Oh, I'm still going to add some festivity to the air anyways. I'm going to cast Dancing Lights.
Okay.
And then I'll tell the story of how we took the castle, I guess.
From the time you joined until the keep was yours?
Yeah.
Okay, you have a choice, Ben.
Yep.
You can either tell it yourself, or you can try and make a performance check.
Oh, I'm going to roll.
All right.
I don't think
Ben does not trust his own storytelling ability.
On that. And that would be a 25.
A 25.
Yep.
You guys all listen, and for some of you, some of these things are new. For others, you guys have lived it, and he does a pretty good job of telling the story. Once he finishes, the crowd quietly waits until Niketia closes the circle. And she then joins you back at your table. Uh-oh. Cheryl's up again.
I can hear you. I don't have to have headphones on. I live in the same house as you.
So, and as she sits down with you, she says, "Is there anything you wish to know of our culture that you may be curious about? Or any other questions that you may wish to know the answer to?"
Well, Eric will say, well, one, I would love to get a set of those. You said it was Daka, the ankle game with the bells.
Yes,
For my travels, that would be absolutely wonderful.
we can do that.
That was so much fun.
Is there any knowledge I can provide to you?
I want to know what's up with that lion.
Ah, Hannah.
Okay.
She just appeared in our city one day. Or, sorry, not Hannah, Harriet. We named her after the explorer who brought her to us. This poor woman had rescued a baby lion from a smuggler, and she was convinced the cub needed to go back to the jungle where it belonged. We laughed at her for weeks afterward, but Harriet had the last laugh on us. We found that lion a pride that would accept her and left her out on the plains to live with her people, only to find 6 months later that she had come back to the jungle. Shows what we know. I'm not sure how Harriet eats without any spots to hide her hide in the forest. But she's certainly fat enough for a lion, so who am I to argue?
It's quite interesting. Everyone seemed impressed when I was able to pet her earlier.
Indeed, she does not take well to strangers usually, as your goblin friend can tell you.
I don't suppose you have an idea where the cultists are based out of.
Well, we don't know much about them. And if we had known about them before the attack, we would have dealt with them before they became a problem. We do know that they call themselves the Cinder Claws, and they seem to be mostly made up of boggards and chavrukas. Some of them seem to have taken on some draconic features into their flesh, but through what means I cannot say. There have always been cults in our lands, but those cults are usually small and disorganized and easy to dispatch. This one seemed to spring up out of nowhere. Certainly, an extremely large and well-organized one is surprising that it just came out of nowhere. And they have a lot of magical power. As to where their base lies, we're certain it lies somewhere to the southeast, and probably somewhere in the region that is where my people cannot enter. And she gives you guys a rough sketch of the area, of the jungle, and she puts a marker down in the lower right-hand corner and says, it's probably in this area. However, whenever we get close, well, I'll explain that shortly.
Yes.
How about anything else? Is there anything else you wish to know?
Well, while I'm here, I would like to learn from some of your musicians and artists, if possible.
Certainly.
The music is absolutely beautiful.
Well, if you don't have any other questions...
I don't. And I look at the group and see if anyone else has any questions.
Krista just kind of shrugs a little bit.
I think we're good then.
Very well. You are trying to track down the Cinderclaw cultists who invaded your lands, yes?
Yes.
They have been tormenting us as well, and if you can find them and defeat them, we will all prosper. And I think I can give you a good place to start. Shortly after we drove the cultists away from the Temple of Ketefis, the place where you arrived, we sent scouts east to track them as they fled. Yet these scouts quickly came to a spot in the jungle that they could not enter without being struck blind. They said it was as if the air itself had turned to embers and ashes and they could not breathe or see, as if they were somehow caught in that terrible battle that our people fought against the darkness thousands of years ago. When I studied the broken pillar that the Cinder Claws left behind in the temple after we drove them off, I could tell that some of it was meant to channel power against my people in particular. The darkness has a grudge against us, and I think the Cinder Claws are using the power of that grudge to keep the Eku-who from striking back against them where it matters most, at the seat of their power. So, what would you say if I asked you to investigate the jungle to the east? And if I am wrong and you end up blind, I promise to heal you free of charge.
These cultists will be a problem if we don't root it out. And it is mutually beneficial for both of us to be able to use that portal freely. If we can find a way to take out the source of that blindness and open up their territories, we might be able to win.
Indeed.
And I'll look at the group. Do you guys want to try this?
I mean, I'm here to get rid of all the evil in the forest.
This is kind of like touching his head. It appears that he's thinking.
That's got to be painful.
Yeah. If we all blind, how we get back here?
If you can stumble out of the zone that blinds you, our scouts will bring you back.
You have lots of rope?
Well, we have some supplies, yes.
We'll have to take some rope with us then. Extra rope. Alright. Well, if we have some time to gather supplies, I'm all for doing it. I can't speak for the rest of my party, but I know Nala over there is probably spoiling for a fight already.
Well then, first, and she nods at someone relatively close by who comes up, we have some gifts for you. These are on behalf of the Leopard clan. And as they lay them out, there are somebody who's tracking the loot. Anyone?
Remember?
Well, we can't tell if Nick has his finger on his nose or not either.
Yeah, but the loot sheet's at Cheryl's house.
True.
I do have a...
I thought we were on the digital one.
Yeah, there is the digital one that you guys all have access to.
We already know Cheryl's much better at data entry than we are.
I'm playing on an iPad with no keyboard right now.
I am also playing on the tablet, so...
You got it up, Cheryl?
No, I don't have it.
I did, however, write out all my spells on note cards, like I was in high school again.
High school.
All right, let me throw a link in.
Oh, fuck. Whoops.
The Facebook chat. Oh, apparently I closed Messenger. All right, here comes the link. Oh, you've got it? Okay. All right, so the first person brings up 2 pup tents, 7 full water skins, PUP. 2 words. 5 full water skins. Or not 5, 7. Skins. Yep. 4 weeks of rations. You ready? Okay. Mosquito netting. Healer's tools. 6 lesser anti-plague vials. Let me know when you're ready again. Six. 3 lesser elixirs of life. Yep. Add 6 more lesser anti-plagues. 10 vine arrows. Yep, VINE arrows. They're a magical item. 4 lesser potions of healing. Yep, 4 of them. And a pair of boots of elven kind. Will's eyes just lit up.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they sure did.
On top of that, after she says, or after she gives you those, she says, those are from the tribe. These, as you guys see another group of people come up with more stuff, these are from the leopard, the twin leopards. And one of the porters that came up is holding a bag, and she reaches down into it and pulls out a shield. And she hands this to Nala and says, this is a sturdy shield. It's a +1 sturdy shield. You should be able to add that on your character sheet. This doesn't go on the group loot. These are each individual.
Personalized loot now.
Yep. She reaches back into the bag and pulls out a staff that she turns to Flick and says, this is an animal staff.
I need you to tell me about mine again.
It's a +1 potent, sturdy shield.
So I have a steel shield that's +2? Or it raises my AC by +2?
Right. This will raise your AC by +3, and it's stronger. It has more hit points and a higher hardness. If you want, I can add it after we're done.
What kind of shield was it?
It's a sturdy shield. Select the sturdy shield, and then once you have it, add +1 potent onto it by modifying it.
I have a thing called Sturdy Shield Greater.
It should be just a greater shield. Or not a greater shield, a sturdy
Moderate?
shield. Is there a lesser? All right. While she's looking at that, Flick gets an animal staff.
Okay.
Then she pulls... Sorry?
Sturdy Shield Greater, Lesser. That's it. Oh, Major, Minor?
Minor.
Moderate, Supreme.
It'd be a minor.
I think she gave me a Supreme.
Nope, she gave you a minor.
It doesn't have sour cream and tomatoes, Cheryl.
She reaches in, and I need to pull up the description of this one. This is a fun item. Alright, this is held. So she reaches in and pulls out a... Where did that go? Oh, is it? No. All right. So she reaches in and pulls out what appears to be a miniature replica of a theater. And it's so detailed that you can actually see set dressing and costume paper dolls in it. And she looks at Arag and says, "This. I always wondered what we'd do with it, but I believe it would be best in your hands. This is a pocket stage. If you want to read what it does, it's page 596 of the core rulebook."
Okay. And I'll graciously accept it.
It's like the pocket spawn in the pocket workshop in the adventure zone.
Right?
She reaches in and pulls out another staff and says, "To Dresden, a staff of healing."
Very nice.
And we'll give Joe his stuff later. To Fista, and she pulls out a pair of hand wraps. These are hand wraps of mighty blows, and they are +1 striking hand wraps of mighty blows. And last but not least is Kara, and she takes the bag itself. This is a bag of holding.
Ooh.
Type 1 bag of holding.
Wait, what? Say that bit again.
Type 1 bag of holding.
Okay. Thank you.
I know that much of what you experienced today may have seemed frivolous, but we had to figure out the type of people you are. If we are putting our destiny in your hands, we definitely needed to know. However, accept these gifts, and hopefully they will become great use to you in your fights ahead.
Flick makes like a really deep bow while holding the staff, so he looks really small on the ground.
Now, I recommend that you rest the night and then begin your exploration tomorrow. And with that, I will do a quick rundown on what's going to happen. So, I know not everybody here is familiar with hex exploration, but oops, let me move that guy off. So right now you guys are here in Akraval.
Okay.
Each hex is 10 miles. So you guys can start exploring, and as you explore, I'll uncover. There is on page, I want to say it was, oh wait, it'll tell me right in the adventure which page. So on page 479 and 480 of the core rulebook, there is a list of actions that you can make during exploration. So if you guys want to take a look at those before we play again in 2 weeks, feel free.
Right.
What page was that again?
Page 479 and 480. And it's got a link there to other actions that you can take as well. But this is going to be pretty much an open sandbox. As you can see, there's a lot of a lot of hexes to cover.
Right.
So, and she, like I said, she said that she believes that their temple is somewhere down here.
Okay.
JC will warn you that there probably are other dragon totems, and if you guys want, those of you with Arcana, actually Arcana or Occultism can make a check.
Okay.
Okay, I can do either.
And it needs to be trained.
I'm trained in both.
I got an 18 for Arcana.
I got let's go with 17 for occultism then.
Okay.
A 13 for occultism.
I see Dresden is rolling.
I'm not trained.
Yeah, Fista don't do magic.
14.
All right. So
If I was allowed to do it untrained, I have a 19.
Flick and Kara. You guys can pretty much tell, or what you guys can pretty much figure out after they describe everything that's happened with these things. Those dragon totems, odds are they provide some form of defense for the cultists, and they may be tied into the ritual that's striking the elves blind. So you'll probably want to try and find some and destroy them.
Okay.
So they definitely encourage you to search as much of the land as you can.
Are you guys thinking that we need to do that before we head down to the blinding area?
Probably.
That'd be a good
All
idea.
right. And with that, I am going to end our session. And everybody, thanks for watching. And Age of Ashes returns in 2 weeks. Have a great night.
Bye.